There's a wonderful sight. Heifers for the future coming on, all growing well. They're undercover, but I'm stood out in the rain. Welcome to Eastfields Farm, Bodnam, Herefordshire, home of Maldwyn and Sue Pugh and their son Richard, friends and customers of ours for quite some time now. And I'm here just to tell you a little bit about my firm, Cross Compliance Solutions, now known as CXCS. That other name was too much of a mouthful. And I started it years ago when farmers said to me, can you please, Charles, have a look at my NVZ calculations, just tell me what the numbers are. So years ago it was just me and a notebook, and we did the reckoning and had the calculation, it all developed from there. And now we have what I think is a really nice, sophisticated, capable company. We have about 24 staff, we cover the country, we've got lots of specialists, and we are, the services we offer are cross-compliance reckonings and calculations, NVZ numbers, etc. We do HR for customers, we do health and safety for our farmer customers, BPS applications, because they're still with us, they're going to be a thing of the past, and also we do carbon capture. And all these things have developed from our original reckoning of just having a look at NVZ numbers, because that is still with us, and I think in terms of regulations still will be. So if you're a customer or a potential customer, do give us a ring. We're friendly people. Remember, we do the paperwork, you go farming. There's a lovely sight. Look at those there. Next year's, next season's cows, all these heifers coming on full of promise. Truly, dairy farming is a cycle. It's very technical too. If you have an inspection as a dairy farmer, there's an awful lot to wrestle with. Not only must you think about the rainfall that falls on the yards that ends in your storage, which frequently doubles the size of the requirement size of the slurry storage. The rainfall is frequently more than the monthly slurry production. Not only have you got to think about that, you've also got to think about the notional effluent that comes out of a silage pit. And whenever I say that, dairy farmers say to me, we never get any effluent out the silage pit. We don't have any effluent. We make it dry, we make it good. We want dry matter, good dry matter silage and high D value, and we cut it young and we don't get any effluent. And the answer to that is irrelevant, because one must make a calculation for the amount of effluent that might flow out of a silage pit of a given capacity and add that to the storage quantity. The figures aren't large, but you can't do the calculation for slurry storage correctly without putting that in. If you don't put that in, you fail. So there's quite a bit to it in terms of doing the numbers on slurry storage. Rather different with FIM, much easier, but of course many cows are on slurry now, not least because of the price of straw, but also better health aspects, since you get lower TBC figures with slurry storage on cubicles than you do with FIM. So though that is merely one little aspect, when you're considering the slurry pit, could be undercover, as you often find in the Midlands and the North, or much less so here. Undercover is more open air slurry pits in the South and the West, and one must allow 750 mil, 3/4 metre, 2'6" of slurry pit that you never use. That's called freeboard. One must allow for that. If the sides are sloping, as they frequently are, they should be if they're made of clay, got to allow for that. That's called run and rise. So we find, and I'm sure farmers find, the numbers that you have to calculate in terms of dairy regulations, NVZ regulations, etc., are more tricky, more involved, a bit more bother than it is on a straight arable farm. Frequently, the slurry applications which are made to fields provide a very large amount of N, P and K, and the nutrient management plan allied to that, which must take into account those manure applications, must be calculated with quite a bit of care. The four-stage process, which is used to calculate the nitrogen, fertilizer and the manures that go with it, is a standard procedure, and that must be shown along with the soil nitrogen supply, which can be done theoretically or can be done by sampling. So I want to just point out to those who are involved in dairy that the numbers are a bit trickier, and currently the Environment Agency are much more vigilant, much more interested and much more busy on dairy farms finding out what's what. And the reason is water purity. And that's something I think we all vote for. Thank you.